when you're working on a data migration, what's the protocol for working with live data? You've obviously got to be careful. Lots of different aspects to that, but yeah.
Yeah, there is a number of aspects to that. So I guess you know, we've got to just look at it from the high level to start with. So it's live data, so it's live customer data. So we've got to respect that fact. So we're talking about data security now, from the first perspective. So we are under ISO 27001 certification. We work in the UK and Europe and places, so we're also under GDPR compliance. So we've got to respect that. So what does that mean? So you're dealing with live data. Our whole infrastructure is set up in a way where we have a gateway box, which is a virtual machine sat on a client's network. We connect into that with our toolsets, and that allows us to leave the data on the client's network, if possible. So all medium to large size projects would generally follow that path. We can do a fully cloud-based migration if required, and we do some of those for smaller migrations, but typically 95% would be done with the gateway VM box sat on a client's network, which allows us to keep the data there. So we're not moving it out of the client's network until it's been encrypted and then pushed across to a target, which is generally another cloud server somewhere, and then it's loaded in that way. So straight away, we're looking after that. There's other aspects, there's other technical aspects in there. We have the whole masking ability to be able to mask any fields that are coming in from any tables. We have like a configuration table that allows us to add any table in any field and then apply a masking rule to it, which is fantastic. So when we do draw that live data in and we get a copy of it, so it's probably worth mentioning that in the next point. We draw the live data in and we take a copy of it. We can then apply a masking rule straight over the top of those particular fields. Now, that's really important for certain financial information, particularly around things like HRP, like human resource and payroll type information. That's really critical. So any private and sensitive information, we can apply those masking rules to almost on extract. Now, let's talk a little bit about the live database as well. So the live database generally sat inside a user's network. We would only ever have a read-only access into that. So the idea is that we would have a read-only access into typically the live system, and we would be drawing that data out in off periods. So we might be doing it 2 or 3 in the morning to do those extracts. So it's not impacting business process. It's not slowing down the live system. Or alternatively, we might be drawing it out some kind of a copy of the database. But it's important for it to be as live as possible because we are running every night. We do want to see the data quality issues that are coming in every night, or fixes. So I've got 1,000 errors. I've now spent all day. I've fixed 200 of them. I want to see that. I want to see that I've only got 800 now. I want to actually see my system improving as I'm fixing the data. So that by plugging into the live data, it allows us to do that. If we can't get access to live database like that, then we get it as close as we can. It may be that it's a daily, some kind of a daily sync. It might be a weekly sync, even if it has to be. But you wouldn't really want to be going a lot more than that if you could avoid it. The other aspect, and I have mentioned it, is the data quality, of course. So data quality issues potentially are happening daily, and you may fix some names and addresses. There's nothing to stop tomorrow a user operator in your old legacy system applying or putting in more bad data. So then it's going to be problematic again. Well, because ours runs every night and because it's going to identify those same issues over and over again, if they've not been fixed, or if the new one's popping up, then you're going to see them straight away. And that's what the business want, because they can use the tools then as an initial data quality fix-up, fixing the cleansing tool. But once you've got it to a good state, then they can use it as a monitoring tool then to be able to just keep it in a good stead We really want to get the quality very good in that live data before the last trial migration or the last couple of trial migrations. We want to get the quality really good before then. That's the intention. So yeah, so that's how we go about it, and that's that live nature of the data.